So welcome back to DecoyNoise and another episode of Am I the Antagonist? And am I the antagonist for not telling this girl that I'm a janitor? So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe down below and also let me know in the comment section which subscriber number you are, because right now we are almost at 1,000. I think I'm at 988 subscribers. So on the DecoyNoise website, I have the Hall of Fame with the sub 1K sub club, which is the first 1,000 subscribers on Decoy Coin. You get listed on this website. If you make me laugh in a comment, I give you a Decoy coin. Good God, that's hard to say. But I mean, all jokes aside, just join the Decoy Coin by subscribing down below, and let's just have some fun in the comment section. But let's just go ahead and get back to the post right now, because this guy is not telling a girl that he's a janitor. So let's read on. This happened early March, but it's been lingering on my mind. I need closure. So this guy's a 33-year-old male, and he goes to Starbucks every morning to get an ever so delicious tall salted caramel mocha. Oh, does it taste different at 5:47 a.m. with some very poor product placement by me. But okay. Every morning when I go, I see this one girl. We're almost the only people there. That's partly the reason I noticed her, and she was pretty. Now here's some background. I'm an average-sized male, 5'5". My friend group is very tall, probably on the average of 5'8". This doesn't help my confidence. My confidence lacks tremendously, but for some reason I grew the courage to talk to this girl. It was no more than 5 minutes into the conversation when the convo went into her asking why I was at Starbucks. I say, well, I work at the law firm downtown. We continue the conversation for 5 more minutes. I ended up getting her number and headed towards work. We text for a week, eventually getting a bit more serious. I take her to RPM Steak in downtown Chicago. We had a ball. Well, I did. I can't speak for her. Everything gets very serious. We talk for 2 weeks more, and she thinks I'm a lawyer for some reason. Another week blows by, and she had to be picked up from work. She works at the local college. I agreed to pick her up, but it was directly after work for me, so I pick her up, and she looks at me weird. I ask her what's up. She says, "Why are you wearing janitor clothes?" I responded with a simple, because I'm a janitor. I also said this with lots of sass, because it was an obvious question she had already known the answer to. So I could admit that I was probably wrong in that. I took a bunch of verbal assault for the next 15 minutes driving her home. Essentially, she said that I'm an antagonist for lying about where I work. I calmly reminded her that law firms don't clean themselves, and not once did I claim that I was a lawyer. I would never lie to a female about my job as a janitor. She took the ride home and took my heart as she blocked me off Facebook, iPhone, and even PlayStation Network off her brother's account. I messaged him to have her respond to me. So, am I the antagonist for telling her that I work at a law firm? So as we do in every single video, I take them to Decoy Court, because this guy obviously isn't far away from the Decoy Court, where I give you my knee-jerk reaction to the situation at hand. And the thing is, though, is I get where this guy's coming from. He's trying to pull the whole, like, shallow thing, like, so you're gonna judge me because I'm a janitor, not a lawyer, and you assume that, not me. But honestly, come on, you said you worked at a law firm. You could have said, oh, I work at I mean, I try to give everybody their fair side of the story. And yes, he works at a law firm, but I guess that he was trying to pull the facade that he was a lawyer, because he didn't really elaborate on that. And also, they've been talking for several weeks, and they've gone to dinner at a very fancy restaurant, I might add. RPM Steak, I'm guessing, is going to be upclass. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the McDonald's of steakhouse. Who knows? But just the idea that he misled her in the same way that somebody could be catfished, in my opinion. Like, where if you're meeting a girl or a guy online, they're using some, like, you know, models pictures, and when you meet them in person, you're like, what, you're not the model? I'm like, oh, and then that guy turns around, you're shallow just because I'm not a model, just because I don't look like that doesn't mean that I deserve love or whatever. And that's what this guy's trying to do right now. He's trying to, is the word gaslighting? Let me know in the comment section if it's gaslighting that I'm trying to refer to, but just the idea that he thinks he's in the right because it would be shallow of her to just not be interested in him just because he's a janitor, not a lawyer. And, you know, I'm going to say something that's probably a little controversial and not popular, but the one thing I would say, though, is just the idea that dating a lawyer and dating a janitor can be very much different situations. Like, she works at a local college. Is she like a high up person where she's like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an administrator, where she makes like, you know, $250K a year? Or is she like, you know, a teacher's assistant or something where she's just starting off her career? So it's like, those are two very different situations. But the idea that, let's say she's like that super high administrator and she's making $250K a year, if they're going to be dating for the next months or what, what happens when she's like, hey, do you want to take a trip down to the Bahamas, or let's say do you want to go fly to Japan for like, you know, the summer break? Like, let's go do that. If he's a janitor, it's going to be much more difficult for him to be going to these extravagant vacations as if he was an attorney, you know, like a high ranking attorney at whatever that law office that he's working at. So it's like, you know, do you want to be shallow? No, but the idea is there's a big difference in dating a janitor and dating a lawyer or whatever. So I mean, that may be a shallow thing on my end, but it's just it's the fact of the matter where it's like, you know, should she be upset that he's not a lawyer? Maybe, maybe not, but she has every like right to be upset about it because she was fairly misled. And the other part of it is just saying the whole thing where it's like, you know, she blocked me off Facebook, iPhone, and even PlayStation Network because the brother's account. So this guy was like hounding her down afterwards. Like that's a bit much to me. But before, I was always asking you guys to pause the video and go to the drop a comment because you're the replies of the DecoyNoise voice. But right now I'm saying go get yourself a DecoyNoise coin. If I could say that. But a DecoyNoise coin on the website DecoyNoise.com. I can give you guys, if you're making me laugh, you're making me think, you're making me angry, whatever it is, if you give me a good comment in those comment sections, you get the coin. I mean, what's the coin worth? I don't know, market value? I don't know what a fictitious coin is, but let's just get back to the post right now in the top comments. So he says, I work at a law firm, and then she thinks I'm a lawyer for some reason. Yeah, so the poster says, no crap, Sherlock. Who outside of the 90s comedy movie says that? You're the antagonist. Also quite creepy how you stalked her after she ditched you. Okay, I wouldn't say stalked her because did he... Maybe was he going through the Facebook? I mean, the messaging on PlayStation, if they were playing before, maybe not. I guess there's more information I need in that situation, but yeah, he's the antagonist here. And the next part of the comment is saying calling a female, and it's like, I think that the online people talk about if a guy refers to women as females or girls as females, that they're automatically that nice guy cliche or whatever, but I don't really agree with that, but let's move on. So the next reply is, everything about this screams troll, bringing up his height, female, going to RPM for dinner. That is true, that is true. And the one thing I would say, though, is like, you know, sensitive height is a big sensitive topic for a lot of people. When he said that he was 5'5", but all his guy friends are tall at 5'8", this may or may not be a troll because I don't really know any other country, well, I'm sorry, any other place in the world that is 5'8" is considered tall or whatever. And he says he's in Chicago. I can't see him being like, oh my god, all these people are so tall when they're 5'8". But so this may or may not be a troll, but let's move on to the next top comment. OMG, you're the antagonist. You can't tell half-truths and expect her not to have an issue. Grow up, Eduardo. And the next reply is, 5'5" isn't average, and 5'5" isn't tall. 5'8" is average. 6'1 plus is tall. So it's like, he feels insecure about the situation, so this poster is like, hey, you're the antagonist, but I got some news for you. So, see, and that's the thing. If that combo was in my comment section, that'd earn you a DecoyNoise coin. So the next reply is, I'm 5'5" and shortish for a woman. My female friends are mostly taller than me, and my male friends are definitely all taller than me. And the thing is, though, is I guess 5'5", would that be average for a girl? I feel like maybe that's just the people I interact with, but is 5'5" average? I don't know. You know what? I'm trying to answer questions that I don't know enough information about. The next reply is, yikes. You're the antagonist. Saying you work at a law firm to someone you started talking to 5 minutes ago would make them think you're a lawyer, a paralegal, or something like that. In these 2 weeks, you haven't told her either, and calling her a female doesn't help your case. Also, messaging her brother for an answer once she blocked you on all her stuff, that's not okay, man. And more replies about, P.S., not a critic, but just to point out, 5'5" isn't average. 5'9" to 5'10" is average. So everybody's taking offense to the idea that he wants to be average at 5'5". Whatever. Maybe they're just angry at him because the whole lawyer thing. But that is one thing I guess we could kind of pull up in his defense, because we always try to give him, you know, both sides of the coin on DecoyNoise is he could have been a lawyer, a paralegal, or something like that. And then just by saying that, he could be a lawyer, a paralegal, or janitor. He just said he worked at a law firm, so I get what he's barking up right now, but I mean, like I said, drop in the comments to tell me what you think about this whole situation. Like, what I feel like the top comments are fun, the controversial topics are the most fun, but I also like to read everybody in my YouTube channels, their reaction to this, because I do find that I find that more interesting because I guess we're kind of more of a diverse group of people or whatever. But I guess I can't even reach the controversial comments right now. That is a big bummer right now. And this whole thing is going down. But I mean, I guess one thing I'll say though, like while I'm waiting for this to load right here, if it's ever going to come back, is just the idea, oh my gosh. Okay, and I guess I lost the link right now, but let's just kind of, guess we're not going to get that part of it. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing at the DecoyNoise, the sub 1K club, maybe when I hit 100K subscribers, or 1 million subscribers. Everybody that's on this list for under 1K is going to be worth something. And also, I'm just kind of giving coins to people that are giving me comments that I find interesting, or I just notice that they're always replying. And also, maybe one day the DecoyNoise coin will be worth anything, or maybe it's going to help you get a link to the secret society that I'm going to launch at one point in time. Who knows? But I'm also dropping all the videos right here. I'm probably going to purge most of the stuff off my channel that's on the DecoyNoise YouTube website. I'm going to purge a lot of the content that didn't do as well, but you will always be able to find my old videos in the video archive on this. It links back to the YouTube channel, but just being able to find stuff, you're only going to be able to find it at DecoyNoise.com. And also, I'm going to put a couple little surveys up on here saying, you know, what do you guys want to see more of? Do you guys want to see more decaf? Everybody seemed to like them. Or you want me to bring back some guests from way back when? Jess, Tuggle, Michael, anybody else that I used to have on here? I can get them on here with the Google Voice chat, or what's the other one that we got going on? FaceTime, whatever it may be. Have more guests and bring people over to my place again once this kind of situation resolves itself. But I mean, just to get back to the post a little bit, is the guy an antagonist? Yes. Do I take personal offense to people doing the whole catfish situation? Yes. But do I take some sort of sympathy for this guy in his, you know, his last effort to try to get a girl to like give him a chance? Yes, but hopefully he learns his lesson. Like, the only thing is, like, you know, if he is very self-conscious about being 5'5", he's very self-conscious about being a janitor, and this is the first time a girl kind of gave him the opportunity to talk to him, you do feel bad for him. You feel bad for him, but you don't want to endorse his behavior. So, I mean, hopefully he learns his lesson from this, and hopefully he learns that, like, hey, look, maybe I didn't have to lie about being a lawyer, and he could have had more dates or whatever. Like, whatever the situation may have been, yes or no, but it's just, I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking. Maybe earn yourself that DecoyNoise coin, because I'm trying to say that correctly. But if you made it to the end of the channel, I'd like to thank you for sticking around this long, and also everybody that's been supporting me this long, because, I mean, it took me a long time to get to the 1,000. I'm almost there. So if you haven't already, subscribe down below. Maybe you can make it in that sub 1K sub club, and also check out DecoyNoise.com. But stick around for the next episode coming up of DecoyNoise.